Can Lex Luthor overcome an army of corrupted superheroes? Well, let's hop into the pages of Year of the Villain Hell Arisen issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? So, picking up from where the last issue left off, the newly formed Secret Six infected versions of Justice League heroes had cornered Lex in one of his base of operations. This, of course, all being part of a much bigger game of villainous chess played by the Batman Who Laughs, who still wants to get even with Lex for their feud that was started in the Snyder Justice League book. The Secret Six also have brand new supervillain code names, which I refuse to use because it's only going to get confusing and it's not like these names are going to stick around for any amount of time once this story's done. So even though the infected heroes greatly outnumber Lex Luthor, he plans to take them apart piece by piece using his superior brain. Kara is the easiest to take down. After all, he fights Kryptonians all the time, so he has a handy-dandy red sun generator. He's not great at hand-to-hand fighting, but he's programmed a bunch of robots who are, which means Donna Troy is dealt with. Then there's the matter of Blue Beetle, a tech hero, which falls all too easily to Lex's Elite Haxor skills. And then there's Hawkman, whose power is he's really just big and strong, which means Luthor is able to outmuscle him with the help of one of his giant Kryptonian-style battle armors. Wow, he defeated the entirety of the infected Secret Six in just 10 pages. That's really bad for them. In fact, this is actually their second high-profile loss, as Batman and Superman managed to defeat them too over in their own title. Man, you know, to borrow a piece of wrestling lingo here, they really buried their brand new stable of top heels in record time, didn't they? Oh no, but wait, turns out they were supposed to suck because this was all about keeping Lex Luthor busy, as the Batman Who Laughs had bigger, more important plans. You know, this guy really is picking up some of the worst aspects of Batman's character in the whole "it was always part of my plan, you didn't beat me, etc, etc. What does Batman Who Laughs have planned? Well, we discovered that when his Earth fell, he actually learned a whole lot about magic to combat the forces of the Spectre, and now he's used that knowledge to capture the Phantom Stranger, who, again, if you read Justice League issue number 39, you know he's completely fine and gets out of this, so, you know, there's that tension completely gone. Now, in what actually is a bit of an interesting beat, Apex Lex, with nowhere else to go, decides to hit up one of his safe houses, which also just so happens to be the apartment of former personal assistant Mercy Graves. Mercy, like everyone else, assumed that Lex actually died when he faked his death at the beginning of Year of the Villain, which honestly makes me think she's not that great an assistant if she didn't know what her boss was up to. Lex needs to lay low for a bit as he attempts to create a brand new cure for this whole Batman Who Laughs infection. The only problem is that all of the Secret Six have such wildly different physiologies. You got Kryptonians, Thanagarians, alien-human hybrids, whatever the hell Donna Troy is supposed to be this week. And admit it, even if you're a hardcore DC Comics junkie right now, I bet you would have to look it up too to figure out what exactly her deal is these days, because that's always been the case with her. Now, Lex's own blood samples of the infected were lacking, and as such, he decides to get some from a fresher source, James Gordon, who, again, if you've been reading Batman Superman, you'll know is currently being held at the League Hall. Luthor, using his stolen shape-shifting powers from Martian Manhunter, decides to infiltrate the building disguised as Animal Man, which is pretty damn funny because, again, no one knows where Animal Man is at any given time, do they? The heroes are also pretty preoccupied right now dealing with the whole Perpetua threat and also prepping a time travel journey, so no one really stops them. Once Luthor tests some of Gordon's blood, he comes to the horrible realization that these infected are actually contagious. And wouldn't you just know it, the Gordon who guffaws has been here long enough to infect most of his captors, meaning that if Luthor wants to get out of here, he's going to have to deal with an army of turned heroes. Again, none of this actually mattered in the main Justice League book, and it all went on without the main heroes knowing, but hey, there it is. If Luthor does want to get out of this, though, he's going to need a ringer. That's, of course, why he sent Mercy to recruit best frenemy in the world, the Joker, to come and help him as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Year of the Villain Hell Arisen issue number 2, everybody, and while there's nothing technically wrong with anything that's actually happening on the page, it's just hard for me to actually get invested in any of it, knowing full well that none of this actually matters in the greater scheme of the current DC universe. This problem will be dealt with here and will barely touch any of the other books. Heck, this is only picking up on a problem that started in Batman Superman and that they didn't even think to finish. If I was to compliment it though, there is a nugget of a rather interesting little scene where wherein the infected Supergirl goes in and questions Luthor's own actions, saying that he's turned himself into this horrible creature all in service of Perpetua, where before he was always more interested in himself, and even the Superman family could kind of respect a guy who wanted to push himself that hard that often. But again, it's not exactly fresh and new, and it's certainly been done better in other stories. Overall, I'd give this one a 6 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you're in the market for comic books right now, and I mean really who isn't, you might want to check out my book depository link down in the description. It's no joke my favorite place to buy comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link, not only will you be getting yourself something nice, but you'll be helping out the channel a little bit while you do so. So, you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Bye-bye.